Today we will be recapping the Toronto Blue Jays trade deadline. First, we will start off with Jordan Hicks, the flamethrower. Right now, he has a 3.92 ERA on the year, 43 innings pitched, 60 strikeouts, 12.4 strikeouts per nine, and 5.2 walks. Hicks was brought in mainly because Jordan Romano got injured, but he also really strengthens the bullpen. Not to mention, he can touch 105, but he mainly throws around 102, 103. And yeah, so what do you think about Jordan Hicks, Sam?
They definitely added to a spot on their team that they really didn't need to add. But when you get a guy like Jordan Hicks that has like a lot of strikeout stuff, then I'm not mad about that because honestly, what are you giving up? Sam Roberts is probably the biggest prospect you gave up, but again, he's no Aurelvis Martinez. He's no Davis Schneider, who we just called up. That we'll get into a little bit later. He's no Ricky Tiedemann, right? So it's a good move. It's the best move of the deadline for the Jays, and he's had two appearances so far. One of them didn't go the way he wanted. I feel like the Orioles kind of jumped on him a little bit, but I think that happened to a lot of our pitchers this week. But his second appearance, he did really well. So, I mean, just going back to the trade, it's a pretty good pickup. And like you said, the high velocity, he's going to induce a lot of ground balls. And with our improved defense this year, I mean, it's not necessarily the infield defense, it's more of the outfield defense. But still, like Matt Chapman and Guerrero on the corners, those are two gold glovers, Chapman being a two-time platinum glove winner. So I think it's only going to benefit him, especially because like the park's small, and if he's given up a lot of fly balls, there's a chance of some are going to leave. But yeah, Hicks a good addition. Hopefully, Pete Walker can work his magic and get the walk rate down.
For sure, for sure. All right, next.
Yeah. No, if you wanna go ahead with the next guy, then
Next we have on our list. I'll take him away, and then Sam will do Paul DeYoung. We picked up Genesis Cabrera. I call him Henny. 4.85 ERA on the year, 39 innings pitched, 45 strikeouts, 10.2 strikeouts per nine, 4.5 walks per nine. So what it is with Cabrera is this dude throws pretty hard. He throws around like 96. I think he can touch. He's touched triple digits before. He throws relatively hard. Same thing as Hicks though. It's really just the walks, 4.5 per nine. But everything else with him has been pretty good. Obviously, Pete Walker will help both of them fix their walk issues. So yeah, that's what I think. What about you, Sam?
well, not only that, he's also a left-handed relief pitcher, and other than Tim Mesa, those were pretty rare to see in our bullpen. Rare breeds, that's for sure. You never see them. You got to go to special places to find them, and that is spring training. But anyways, Cabby, as I call him, because that's his nickname. I'll be honest, when they first grabbed him, I did not know how to pronounce his first name, so I just called him Cabby because that's what the Jays social media guy was calling him. So I'm like, alright, I'll call him Cabby. But anyways, yeah, I mean, over his career, he's kind of averaged at a 4 ERA. His best year was arguably in 2020, the shortened year. Only in 19 games, though, he had a 2.42 ERA, 22 innings pitched. The walks at 16 compared to trying to see if I can get his strikeouts. Okay, yeah. So in 2020, he had the 16 walks, 32 strikeouts. That's been the big thing, especially like with him and Hicks. Their walks are like the biggest issue. So like I said with Hicks, if Pete Walker can somehow which I
His
think he's
magic.
yeah, which I think he's done with Cabby so far because we haven't noticed the walks hurt him that much so far. Knock on wood. Um, but hopefully Pete Walker can work some magic and make those two arms give their weaknesses a throwaway and say goodbye and hopefully they turn into dominant arms at the end of the game because not only is can Tim Mesa not pitch every single day, but most of these guys in the bullpen as of right now are extremely overworked. So you bring in a guy like Jordan Hicks to replace Jordan Romano for a little bit, maybe take some innings off Eric Swanson, and then you bring in Cabby to take some innings off Tim Waite and Tim Meza or Trevor Richards, which unfortunately Richards was placed on the 15-day IL not too long ago. So it's a good move.
Yeah, for sure. And the last guy we will be talking about is Paul DeYoung. So Paul DeYoung is a very good defensive shortstop. He has some decent potential at the bat. I know one year he had 30 homers, the next year he had 26, and he was an All-Star in 2019. So he has good potential at the bat. Mainly the reason why we got him though is he hits left-handed pitching really good with a 266 average. The OBP is 368, the slugging is 453, and the OPS is 822. But mainly it's really because of the Gold Glove defense. So, yeah. What about you, Sam?
Definitely, the defense is what shines out at you when you grab a guy like Paul DeYoung, and also the power and the left-handed splits. But really, the most of his playing time right now is going to be right now. Pardon me, in replace of Bo Bichette, who will be on the shelf for at least another week, being placed on the 10-day IL during the Baltimore series. From hurting his knee. I don't know what it was because I did not see it live. I saw it on a replay. So I'm extremely upset because Bo Bichette was our best offensive piece, and he is on the shelf. So DeYoung, no pressure, bud. But good move by Ross just to get a guy to fill in that is, well, yeah. He's definitely better than Bo at defense. But, you know... Yeah, good
He'll
move.
Be a very good bench bat. He'll be a good bench bat, for sure.
Yeah, good move. He'll be a bench bat against lefties. He'll replace a guy like Jordan Luplow. He'll flip-flop with Davis Schneider, probably, although we'll see what he does in his debut. See if he actually gets more playing time than DeYoung when Bo comes back. But, yeah, good move. I just am still worried about the strikeouts. That's all he does.
And last thing of the day, speaking of Davis Schneider got called up. On the year, he has 21 homers, 64 RBIs, a 275 batting average, and a 969 OPS. Personally, I think this was a little overdue. I think Ross should have called him up probably like 2 weeks ago. But, you know, that's part of the business. Thomas Hatch did get DFA'd. Ernie Clement got called down. And Jay Jackson, I think, got... placed on.
Yeah, he's actually come back today. The Blue Jays just made that announcement. I can pull that up right now. Actually, they made a couple of roster moves, or they DFA'd Hatch.
Mitch White got assigned to AAA. Okay, I don't.
Yeah, he cleared. He cleared waivers.
All due respect to Mitch White. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, Sam.
No
I apologize.
worries.
All due respect, like I love Mitch White as a person, but I think it's time for him to get a fresh start somewhere else. I don't even think we should even explore the option. Nothing against Mitch White. I think he's a great person, but I think it's time to move on personally. But
yeah, so roster moves as of 5 hours ago from the Blue Jays Twitter account. So Davis Schneider selected to the Major League roster and will be active tonight. Infielder Ernie Clement, sorry about that, is optioned to AAA. Jay Jackson, right-handed pitcher, he has been moved off of the family medical emergency list. So hopefully things are going well in his family. And Thomas Hatch was designated for assignment. As you were saying, Mitch White did clear waivers. I believe it was either earlier today or yesterday, and he was assigned to AAA Buffalo. So that's the roster moves.
Wishing Mitch White nothing but the best, though. I really do hope he comes and does great in AAA. But yeah, wishing nothing but the best for the guy. So yeah.
No, for sure. You never want to. You never want to see a guy get demoted. It's probably one of the worst. I mean, I can't really speak for it because I am nowhere close to what these guys can do. But you never want to see a guy to get demoted. It not only because they have to travel, but it just sucks moving down a level.
Yeah, for sure.
But I mean, Davis Schneider just called up. Hopefully he can be the savior of this Blue Jays offensive season that has been atrocious. People just say it's right now. It's been the whole season. This offense sucks. It needs to get going. Who cares that we got rid of Hernandez and Gurriel. This offense doesn't need them to be one of the best in the league. You have Guerrero, Bichette, Springer, who's done awful. Jansen, who I always knew had it in him, and he's finally proving those haters wrong. And he's batting fourth today, as we're speaking. That's amazing. John Schneider, that is long awaited. I was actually talking to someone on Twitter, like, right before we recorded the video, and he was like, I'm still waiting for the day that Danny Jansen bats fourth. And I screenshotted the lineup and sent it to him, and I'm like, well, now's the day. So, like, Danny Jansen should have been hitting, because he's the only guy that can hit the ball out of the park right now at a consistent basis. But yeah, hopefully Davis Schneider, right-handed bat, hopefully he can, even it out. He's going to be playing second base today, batting 8th, I believe. I could be wrong. I'm gonna double check that. Yeah, he's going to be batting 8th today, or 7th. It'll be Merrifield, Springer, Guerrero, Jansen, Kirk, Chapman, Schneider, DeYoung, and Varsho. Alek Manoah's on the mound.
Yeah, so hopefully Manoah can have a phenomenal start today. But that will wrap up the video. Please make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and we will see you in the next one.